Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and welcome to this very late evening range test on the Mavic Air. It's the new Mavic Air. You may have seen some of my other videos, but tonight's going to be all about testing the range. And I'm not using the parabolic dishes right now. I'm just gonna, there was my previous flight test in the sunset. I just missed the sunset because I had an update, by the way, that took forever at home, and I missed the sunset. But you can kind of see there's still some orange out there, so we're just gonna fly this before it gets dark, before it turns into night, and see if we can do a range test on the new update. You may have seen my other one. It required an update and I just bypassed that update, so we're gonna see how it is. And by the way too, I did get a 4K friendly card in there, so we're going to also record this in 4K. I'll have the card in the description. I'm using, it's just one of those SanDisk Extreme 4K cards, and it seems to want to work. So we're going to go ahead and, without further ado, go ahead and fly this thing and get it launched off the ground and go ahead and do our flight test. I'll also be recording the screen for you guys on here so you can see what's going on while I'm talking to you. Okay, so there we go. So we have a screen recording now, and I just have my aircraft status on the screen here, and just want to look at that really quick before we go ahead and start to fly. Okay, so of course everything is not functioning because it's too dark right now. So we'll just, we're at 99% power. We're using just the stock, we're not changing any gigahertz. We're using 2.4 gigahertz, you can see in the top right there. And so we're just going to launch as soon as possible here and go and fly. Our GPS, we do have 14 satellites, so we should be ready to go. I'm switching over to out of sport mode into just regular GPS mode. I think it was left in the sport mode when I did my other test. And while it's acquiring satellites really quick, I'm just going to change the map to my hybrid I like to use. There we are. So there's our map there. We'll go back into flying film. And we'll also see how this precision landing works when we launch. Let's just try it when it's dark like this. So sliding to take off. Okay. So I'm going to turn off all these warnings because I know the back aren't working because it's too dark right now. But look at that sunset over there, that red. I'm going to start recording. So we have a 4K there. And I'm just going to fly straight forward and up a little bit. Okay. So that's all I'm doing, is going full throttle up and full throttle forward until we get to a height of about, I'm going to keep it around 150 feet high here. Maybe we'll just do 200. Let's just go up to 200 and then just go straight out, just to give us a good indication of what's happening at 200 feet. Okay, we should still be in possibly some Wi-Fi bubbles. And I'm just looking at my controller signal over there. 2.4 gigahertz is between maximum and 3 bars. It's fluctuating. Still 14 satellites. And look at that red there in the background in the sunset. You see that there? So really pretty looking here. Just the very late evening, turning into night. Let's see if we press the screen, if we can kind of focus on that over there. Okay. Maybe I'll try to take a picture too, if I can remember what button is what. So the top right trigger is a picture. I'm not sure if that's taking a picture. I forget if they have now updated it so you can take pictures while you're recording video. But anyhow, I will have this fantastic video up here, and let's see what we can do with the gimbal a little bit. So I'm rotating the gimbal down, and we're just going to fly over, you know, a little bit of a neighborhood here. You can see us flying over some streets until we get out past the vicinity. So keep in mind, guys, this is an urban range test. So this is an urban area. It's not a very high density urban. I had some comments in my last video on, you know, you're not doing it in a very high urban area, and I'm like, well, I thought to myself, well, anytime you have interference like in urban directly between the craft and your controller, that's a good test to see how far it's going to at least fly. And supposedly with this new update that took me forever to update, it's supposed to fix, remember in the last one I had battery percentage issues and I had video breaking up issues and everything. So we'll see if that kind of fixed this without the parabolics, and then the next video will be with those dishes on there to see how that's all going to work. So getting back to the screen, sorry I kind of went off topic there. We are at a distance of 4,000, just hitting 4,400 feet now, and I'm going to click on my left bottom map little target icon, and we're going into our compass. So you see how where I was pointing the craft looked like it was off to the left, so I'm kind of turning my controller a little bit to the left. And I think this flight test may do better than the last one, so maybe those updates are definitely helping. So make sure you do those updates, guys, to patch the bugs and whatever's happening. You know, since this is a newer craft and they're patching some issues with it, it looks like it's doing great so far. So there's our compass, trying to get the craft directly in front of me, pressing on the compass again, and there's our map. Let's just go ahead and click on our map. You can see that we passed town there. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. So you see where I was, and that's where we are now. We're way the heck over there. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see that a little better. Look at that. So we're already at 6,000 feet. So that's over a mile already. It's about 1.25 miles about. And we're doing great. Still currently no breakups. Look at that firing red sunset in the background. Just beautiful there. I'm glad I could share this with you guys. But keep in mind, I'm at that park where I'm kind of going and it's transmitting through a few power lines, and you know, there's probably a lot of Wi-Fi in this neighborhood, but so far so good. It's doing better for sure. Not exactly the same time of day, but I am in the same exact spot that I was on my last flight test. So it'll definitely give us a great indication of what we can expect just by updating and hopefully fixing some of these issues. Okay, so I'm noticing the 2.4 gig signal on the top right is getting pretty low. We're only at 2 bars. I got, was it 10,000 feet last time? So we will see how far we get this time. Just kind of bringing the gimbal down. We're still in, looks like we're still in good view of the FPV. I'm not seeing really any artifacts or breaking up or anything. And the gimbal is reacting to me turning it up and down pretty instantaneously. No issues really yet. Okay. Our height is 206 feet. We're going at 19 miles per hour. And I believe we've been going that fast the whole time. So we're just going to go as far as we possibly can. It looks like we're going to get a lot farther than last time. Look at this. We're already at 9,000 feet and we have 70% power left. Holy smokes. So apparently that update, maybe me cycling the battery, I think this is the second or third time I've used this battery. Cycling your batteries gives you a little bit more longevity, keep in mind, on these batteries. So you're going to want to do that. Tilting the gimbal down again. And it is responding immediately. You can see me going up and down, up, immediately responding. So no artifacts, no control issues yet. At 10,000 feet, we just reached 10,000 feet. That's just under 2 miles. 2 miles should be right around, I want to say 10,600 feet. So reaching 2 miles right about now. So we're 2 miles out, guys. 5,280 feet is per mile, and we have just doubled that. So now we are going over, and again assessing the gimbal. Still responding perfectly, and just trying to keep the craft in view. I'm tilting to the left. It looks like the craft might be crabbing a little bit to the left on its own. I know I thought I went out a little straighter than that. So anyway, we're way further than we were before. 11,600 feet, 11,700 feet. Still going. Now we're going at, we're still going about 19 miles per hour. All the same settings, except now I'm using 4K in this one. So apparently it doesn't really make a difference, guys, if you go into 4K or 1080, at least with this latest update. And I think what I'm going to do is I might even cancel the return to home, because we're still at 61% power and there's literally no wind right now. So I should be able to cancel this. So you saw that? I just canceled the return to home, and I'm going to keep going until my battery is maybe at just a little over 50%. I think we should be okay, because I'm not seeing any issues. Really hope I don't lose this thing, but this might be a record. Who knows? 13,000 feet. Could we possibly get maybe 3 miles? Let's do the gimbal again. Rotating the gimbal down, still in perfect control. This is up right now, down right now. No lag, other than normal. This is great. Amazing. Much better than my first range test without any, and I'm just using it all stock. This is fabulous. So 56% power. And do you think we could be able to go to 15,000 feet? Let's try it, guys. We're getting into Mavic Air territory now, so I'm glad I'm able to share this with you. This is fantastic. And we're going to want to see this horizontal speed when we're coming back. We're 18.8 miles per hour. Let's just hit 15,000 feet. New record, possibly for anybody that's done this, but who knows? It is for me. Let's just hit 15,000 and come home. Okay? So 15,000, letting off. Still have perfect gimbal control. That's awesome. Up and down, see the lights, returning home. Pressing it, sliding, return to home. And let's just let it come back. It should just come straight back. And it might be a little risky because we are at 51% power. I'm really hoping it goes up to the same speed that it was and its return to home. Looks like it's going 1 mile per hour less. Okay, so what that tells me is I'm getting a little scared. What that does tell me is we might not make it, but we are going to try. And let me try what somebody told me to do. If you want to go a little faster, push forward on the right stick while it's in return to home. There we go. We are going faster. Okay. It went up to 29 miles per hour. So look at that. Okay. So good thing to keep in mind. We did go 15,000 feet with no image problems, no control problems whatsoever with the DJI MAVIC Air, guys. I'm not sure if that's a new record again, but it is for me. We're booking it home. We're going at 29 miles per hour. I may even have a little bit of wind to my back, but that kind of scared me that I was going 1 mile per hour slower, you know, coming back in return to home. But we're just going to try this. We're still at 43% power, and I still have excellent coverage. So whatever happened in that first sunset flight I did is completely fixed with the update, or who knows, maybe there was a coronal mass ejection from the sun was having problems with interference. I have no idea. But look at that, we just ate up basically 4,000 feet in about 10% battery time, so we should be okay. I know my last one I really cut it close with like 3% power left. Sorry about the beeping too. There's no really way I can get rid of that, but if I hold the controller maybe down a little bit, won't be so bad. So the time of day right now, there's only 14 satellites. I have seen, keep in mind, like around I think 17, 18. So time of day as well is going to affect things. I'm not too worried. We are at 9,000 feet and we only have 36% power, but I'm not gonna really be a worry wart yet about this. I'm gonna just let it do its thing. We are coming back at 28 miles per hour. That's nearly 10 miles per hour faster than we were going because I am holding the right stick full forward, still in return to home. So great feature. Thanks for letting me know that. One of my commenters, subscribers, really appreciate that. Really good to know. 8,000 feet, coming home at 28 miles per hour, almost 29 actually. Just the right stick is full stick forward. We're at 32% power. Okay, I'm gonna just X out of this warning and just really cross my fingers and hope it comes home. We are at 7,000 feet with 31% power left. I am rooting for this thing to come home. Pulling up the gimbal a little bit. I noticed when we did pull the stick forward, push this right stick forward, you saw that gimbal went down. Let me simulate that. So when I pushed the stick forward, it went boop. Okay, low battery warning at 29%. So it's giving me another warning, I understand. And I'm still pushing forward. We're at 28%. We're coming home still at 29 miles per hour. And now we're 5,500 feet away. So I have high hopes for this thing to come back. I'm not too worried about it yet. Okay. It looks like it's coming directly at me because you see the large light over there. I know that that's the shopping center. And I'm in one of these fields just below the shopping center. So worst case scenario, what I might do is just try to, it's getting quite dark now. Still we're going at 29 miles per hour and we're, gosh, under 4,000 feet away. I think we'll be fine. Coming home pretty fast. I really like that feature where you can push the right stick forward to come home faster. Because remember, it was coming home a mile per hour less than it was going out. That kind of scared me, but maybe that's more efficient. Who knows? Okay. Just under 3,000 feet. We're at 21%. I believe 15% this thing starts to slowly land, but you can still go forward. So still, fingers are completely crossed. Another close call, guys. But I think we're going to be okay. This is amazing. 15,000 feet. Gosh, did my Mavic Pro go that far? I'll have to check it out. I did a Mavic Pro test up in the boonies. But this did 15,000 in an urban area. Fantastic, huh? 18%. We're still going 29 miles per hour. We're going to be fine. This is great. Glad I was able to share this with you guys. 1,000 feet away. Booking it home. Full throttle ahead. 500 feet away. Where is it? I hear it. Yeah. It's up there. Letting off the stick, and I'm just going to let it do its thing. Wow, 14% power still? Woohoo! 15,000 feet, 14% power. It must be completely dead out there. There it is up there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that red light blinking with my hat cam, but it is up there. It's going into its final downward sensing. Oh, not functioning. Limited light. So that's kind of what happens. Let me just get this warning away. And let's see how this thing lands. 11%. Boy, fantastic. We'll talk about this when it lands on all that. And we're still recording in 4K. And I can yaw it still. That's great. It's still gonna come down and I can yaw. Let's see how it lands in precision landing, even in this dark. Okay, so quite a bit off, not a whole lot, but I'm gonna bring it back over the H and bring it down. I'm just holding down on the throttle stick and you can just force it to land. So that was fantastic. So you can't really see what I'm seeing right now. I'm just gonna try to light it maybe with the controller. Let me turn on the flashlight. Whoops. Okay, I just took away the stuff on the screen. Let me turn on the flashlight on my phone. If I can find it. There. So it was gonna land right here, and that's really only about 3 feet away without using those precision landing sensors, which is fine. And then I just manually took over. So this thing's going crazy with alerts right now. I don't know what that's doing. A little bit of a glitch. Maybe they can work on that warning there. But I want to turn this thing off right away. So I'm first of all stopping the recording. So hopefully that 4K was up there. I'll have had it up. Turning off the craft ASAP. 6% power. So look at that. I went 15,000 feet, 1 battery. I had all the stock settings on in GPS, and returning to home, I just pushed forward on the stick to let me go about 10 miles faster. To recap, it was only coming back 1 mile per hour slower than it was going out. Kind of scared me. Thought maybe I won't have enough time. I'm sure it would have come home, no problem. That may have been a more efficient speed to travel, but I just wanted to push forward, and it came home. This is phenomenal. So whatever they did on that update, or maybe it's a few hours later in the day was the total difference, or maybe somebody's Wi-Fi isn't on that was before. All these things, you know, have potential interference issues, but I'm kind of banking on it was that last update. I'm really glad I stayed home and let it update before I was able to make it out for the sunset, but at least you guys got to see some cool behind the mountain red firing colors there from the sun going down, and I hope you enjoyed that. So the Mavic Air, I'll have up on the screen how far I got with the Mavic Pro up on the mountain. I want to say that was, I can't remember, but I think it was around 17,000, 18,000 feet, and that would be over 3 miles. So this one just went under 3 miles, and this is using regular Wi-Fi, guys. This is not even using the OcuSync. So all you guys out there that are a little bit sketchy, I know there's been a few people on the comments on the channel saying, hey man, Mavic Pro OcuSync blows this away. No, it doesn't. I'm in a residential, right in the center of a residential area, guys, and I went about what, 700 feet, less than 3 miles with the Mavic Air. So it is possible. Again, I can't stress enough, it's super calm right now. If it was windier, that would not have happened. I would have been probably not making it home, or having problems, and just really by the skin of my teeth making it back. But when it landed, I had about 6% left. So super pleased with the Mavic Air, guys. All you guys that are thinking this thing can't do it, it can. It's a small bundle of tech, and it really does work great. Anyways, more flight tests to go. I am gonna try those parabolic dishes, but with this update, I don't even know if I need them. This thing went out as far as the battery could take it, and I had no hiccups at all. You could see that I was moving the gimbal up and down. There was no delay, you know, even more than if I had it flying 10 feet away from me, and the picture was perfect. 15,000 feet, residential. Anyways, links in the description. I'll also have that 4K card down there. That's the one you need to use, because the other ones I was using could only do like 45 megabytes per second. These ones do 90 to 95, and they can do the 4K. I had no warnings up this time with that correct card, the Extreme SanDisk. I'll have that in there, as well as the Mavic down there in the description. So if you're looking at this new life with the updates, and it looks like it took care of a lot of issues. Really digging the Mavic. This is the one, the Air, this is the one I'm taking on when I go on vacation, because it can fly just about as far as the Mavic Pro. Has a better camera, smaller, has rear facing sensors. Now the Mavic Pro 2, when that comes out, hopefully possibly in a few months, that's gonna probably leapfrog this, but for now, amazing with the Mavic Air. See you in the next one, and thanks for watching, guys.